my first pipe dream is Kanto remake. Just like I feel like it'd be kind of cool. It would just be. I feel like we're poised to have, like they could. There's no better time to introduce a Kanto game, a new Kanto game that's not the traditional experience. Because like Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee already exists. It already exists on Switch consoles, so and there's always a new Kanto game like on. Yeah, there's a new Kanto game on every single like new console, that a Nintendo console. And because Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee comes out, if the Switch 2 gets a Kanto game, then I feel like this is the opportunity for them to give us a game that's like maybe fully 3D or just does something different. It's not the standard Brock, Misty, Lieutenant Surge, Team Rocket, story. It's like they could actually do something different. And I don't know if that's Legends, but anyways, my new pipe dream, the thing that I think would be really cool that no one's expecting, is like a actual classic remake. Where we get a remake and it's basically the same engine as the modern generation. I think we've all accepted Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, BDSP, Legends. They're not the same type of remake that we used to get with like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. So the dream, the hope is, okay, we got a Gen 10 game, and then which region could be actually remade, I just feel like no one's talking about that. Everyone's kind of giving it up. Since since Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I feel like people are just giving it up. No one's talking about that anymore. I'm sure it's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
Never turned. I'm paying attention again. What are we talking about?
Another Kanto remake.
Oh no.
No.
Maybe if it was a Legends game and it was completely open, that could be fine.
Yeah. Yeah,
you said it a lot better.
Yeah, my whole spiel is that like there's always a new Kanto game on like every, or at least a playable Kanto experience on every Nintendo console, and because the Switch 2 is like a family, it's an extension of Switch 1. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is already on shelves. It doesn't make any sense for them to release another game that is another you fight Brock, you fight Misty, Lieutenant Surge, Team Rocket.
Yeah, that's
like,
a good point.
There's no point in doing that again, but you would think in the next 8 to 10 years they're going to want to do another Kanto game. So that's my like initial pipe dream.
It's time though.
Yeah, it's time.
It's time. It's time to bring back the discussion for Legends Johto.
Dude, Let's Go Johto. Enter. No, I'm just kidding.
Pokemon Tails Johto.
Yeah. No, but Lockstin, the thing that I was actually thinking about was like, I feel like everyone's forgotten or has mostly given up the idea of like a classic Pokemon game remake, like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or As, like
where it's like a big upgrade.
Yeah, where it's like we return to a region, a game, a story on current engine or like current generation engine. Like that's just people are giving that up.
In my predictions video, I brought that up.
Oh, cool.
Not specifically like that. I brought up my ideas for like a Gen 5 remake using like the Gen 10 engine, and the map is like redesigned to be more kind of like Sword and Shield, where like it has an open area, but it's still very linear because they have to match the Gen 5 stuff. And then Arlo comes in and like, oh no, they're definitely not, because it's the last time they can do the Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl treatment, where it's just another grid-based chibi thing.
No.
Because the next.
Yeah,
because the next remake would be Gen 6, which is on the 3DS, and like, so it's already a 3D game. It's not so grid-based and stuff. So like, it's kind of their last chance to just pump out a really cheap moneymaker.
I would push back and say, I guess they could do like a faithful remake for the Johto games, because those are as old as the Sinnoh games, which were just remade. And then I guess if we're talking like 5-6 years from now, I mean, yeah, then maybe you go, oh, let's give them a Hoenn remake. I don't know. I guess they could do the BDSP thing for like all those games. He makes a good point. I guess Johto's the only one that could also be remade. I guess a Black and White is interesting for like a remake. The Unova region is interesting for a remake because of the two kind of like split versions of the region. They could kind of like meld those together and then maybe even add a little bit more.
You wonder what they'd do. Mix them together. Have like Pokemon White 2, Black 2 be like a story DLC afterwards that does take place years later. Or just ignore it entirely like they did Mario Galaxy 2 in that Mario collection.
I feel like they would, because I kind of feel like Black 2, White 2 is like, it really needs to be its own thing.
Yeah.
Given that, like, it's, I mean, you know, it's a different protagonist, right? It's even though it is like the same region, and I mean, there are like some new areas, but it is effectively what Gold and Silver is to Red and Blue.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
It's messy, and I'm like, I don't know, and because they're their worst selling like mainline games, because of that, and because there's so much rich content there. I mean, they could just do like, I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't make sense to do a cheap remake of a game that already didn't sell well. Maybe the move is to be like, to almost reinvent the thing that didn't sell well, to make it actually appealing, you know? So I like your idea,
in that case, it's like,
these are just fun ideas, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly should defer to Arlo.
We just cannot predict Game Freak.
Yeah.
Like, I'm almost, I was genuinely surprised when it's like, oh, we're getting another Legends game.
Yeah,
seriously. You know, despite the first one like being so well received and everything, I thought they would just be done.
Yeah,
because they are the ones to just be like, all right, we did something once, never again.
I know, but it did well. I think it
did well.
It did well.
But even
more importantly, I think it had like a really positive fan reception. Like like think about all the videos and the speculation about like, oh, what's the next Legends region gonna be? It's all gonna be in the past. Like, we missed that detail, but like, it's still cool. It was like one of the first things Legends Arceus was like one of the first things in a long time that I think like really radicalized some of the fan base, you know, to like be positive. You know, I feel like it just left a really positive impression on fans.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they got a remake, or not a remake, but a
like
sequel or whatever.
Another one.
Yeah.
But even still, it's like Legends EA is so different because, obviously, like, what does Legends mean exactly? It's like we thought like Legends was like, okay, it's Legends because it's in the past and it ties in lore wise to the future game, but also it's remaking. It's like a way of approaching a remake that makes something new while still revisiting stuff.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, okay, it's in the present day. It's very like Legends EA does feel a lot more like them answering to be like, hey, we never got to make Pokemon Z. Let's make it.
Yeah.
So I almost feel like it. I'm just saying that like it. I don't want to say it doesn't feel like a Legends game, but like obviously because we haven't played it.
Yeah.
But more so in like, I was totally expecting us to have like, okay, of the Legends moniker not continuing. Of like, okay, we got Let's Go, and then we got Legends, and the next thing is going to be, I don't know, Generations or Futures or whatever. And that's kind of what I'm feeling with ZA. And I mean, I still like it, and I still think it's going to be like great, and I still think it's like a necessary thing to do.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're just going to like, you know, as much as will kind of maybe rightfully so, like, you know, joke or say this about Game Freak. It's like, I think that at the end of the day, I really admire them for just kind of doing what they want.
100%. That's my favorite thing. Thinking that we're gonna know what they're gonna release on Pokemon Day, and then they go, like what they're gonna be like, Generation 11. That's like what we're gonna learn about in February. We're gonna be like, what? Like, that's my favorite thing. Like, when they announced ZA, I was like, like, what? Like, this is insane. Even like the fact that this game, I was thinking about this in the car yesterday. Even the fact that Scarlet and Violet got a legitimate patch, like, I don't think anyone was really expecting that.
Yeah, but I think also like
it's also very unlike Nintendo to do that.
Yeah, they're like, why would they not move on? This game came out 3 years ago.
Or like do a full-on re-release for 70.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. So to go back to that one idea, I totally get it. Like, to me, Legends Arceus, I think for a lot of people, was like defined by all of the vibes of that, like, Hisui had to offer, right? That time period, the I guess you would call it like the, I don't know, like the fear, like the I don't know, the dire, I don't know, just, I'm forgetting the word, but
yeah, certainly.
Yeah, it's just like it's like a scary game. You have to stay on your toes, you know. It's a really active Pokemon experience, a Pokemon game. And I think the Japanese influence, like all those things, I feel like defined or kind of were like cemented in our minds as like what a Legends game is and what Legends means. And they are doing something different. I guess I kind of just, at this point, because I agree with you, like on an emotional level, I'm like, yeah, that, like, ZA doesn't feel like a Legends game, but I guess all a Legends game really is like, it's just an action RPG.
Alternate.
That's really what it is.
Alternate Pokemon.
Yeah. It's a way for them to do something different.
Yeah.
Really.
So
Which is like not bad.
I think it's like totally possible that, like, I don't know, the next quote Legends game is just going to be like,
yeah,
you know, who knows, could
future
be the future.
Kanto.
It could be just another present day thing. Some of them could be like more similar to like the core experience even. Like, I think that is the good way of looking at it, is that like, hey, this is just this is our way to like make a Pokemon game with the thing that we want to do without having to worry about competitive Pokemon, without having to follow a certain order, without having to, like, you know, on schedule remake this one game that is next in line to get a remake.
Yeah.
Because that too, like, Legends EA it's a sequel.
It is. It, like, chronologically is a sequel.
Yeah.
For all we know.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Yeah.
From what we can infer.
Yeah. The characters are still alive. Yeah. Yeah, which is kind of cool. And you know, I guess what's even weirder, I'm sorry, I'm just appreciating some of these Pokemon in this game. Like, Roly-Coly is like, just really, it's looking good. It's a good boy.
I'm looking around the towns more.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to go to Lavencia. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the thing that for me was that like I don't think Legends ZA doesn't even focus on the same like gameplay, the action gameplay elements that Legends Arceus offered. Like, even your character, if you look at the original or like the second trailer gameplay footage, like, you're not even like running. I guess you do run and dive and stuff. But like, where in the first game, you're chucking balls from far away, you're stealth. There's not a lot of that in this game, it doesn't seem. Like, your character is like, because you're supposed to lead with the battle.
Yeah.
So like,
and there's a lot more of the like your Pokemon being out in the open, and you're kind of like more guiding it.
Yeah.
The one that kind of like not impressed me, but like kind of just made me think is like, oh, they're in a battle, the Pokemon's out, and then they disengage from the battle, and the Pokemon that they had out is like still out and just following them as they're running away from the wild thing they're battling.
Yeah. Yeah, Shirley brings up a good point. I mean, I used to always say like, I'm like, oh, maybe it's a living legend. We're talking about the living legends. And I guess that could, could technically apply. But I don't even.
Do we know what the leader or the winner of the ZA tournament is called? Like, does the trailer say that they're a champion, or would it be like the legend? Here you are, the legend, the title of legend.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Okay.
That's really cool. I can totally see that. Yeah, you get a wish. That's all we know.
Yeah, because we just got like that one gave us kind of like the clarification of like why it was called Z-A, because you're literally going from like rank Z up to rank A. Okay.
I could see that. I would not be surprised if like you do the Z to A tourney or whatever it's called, and then the winner is seen as like a strong trainer, and then is basically selected by probably Jet to then be offered up or to defend Lumiose from the Wrath of Zygarde or something. I don't know. It's like, you're strong. We need your help. You know, that kind of situation. I would not be surprised if that happens. But I
Into the catacombs you go.
Yeah. But it's weird. They like cut Zygarde out of the box art.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's Zygarde. But
secret Zygarde.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Arceus isn't on the cover.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it doesn't even matter that much. You know?